Hi, everybody. It's Ray, also known as Life and Vibe. And today I decided to visit one of our good friends, our dear friend, Sarasota Tim, because Tim is continuing to kind of live in my wheelhouse, which is anything medical related. Obviously, reason being is that unlike Tim, I actually do hold licensure and do have expertise in healthcare, as I am a registered nurse, have been one for over, let's put it this way, a long time, well over a decade, and totally training to become a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. So with that in mind, I do tend to like to use my expert and tease and knowledge to be able to give kind of reactions around stuff with Tim. And Tim has just been popping out the medical content left, right, and center, and continuing to be an absolutely enormous burden to the American medical system and potentially the American taxpayer, because supposedly he's got Medicare Advantage and it's all free for our friend Tim. So anyway, let me just get out my disclaimers. I'm tired and I'm tripping over my words. But yes, everything I do is under fair use. And this is commentary. And these are just my opinions and my opinions only. And we're going to speed Tim up to 1.5 speed while I give my comments to his content. And if you do like this type of stuff, do hit the likes, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It's a free way to help support my channel. And I can promise you, I've got some exciting things that I am doing. And I'm will be sharing that sometime in the future. But the way to help me help ensure that people like Tim cannot be giving out really bad information on the YouTube platform is just by showing me some support. And I really appreciate it. All right, I've done enough talking. People come in to hear my reaction, so let's make me a little bit smaller. Let's bring up our friend Tim. Like I said, he's at 1.5. He got CT scanned. And so I wanted to explain that. Well, we'll see if Tim can explain it. And if he's unable to explain it, then I'll help explain what Tim is up to. Because Tim is just going to every doctor's office. It's the ophthalmologist, it's the dermatologist, it's the cardiologist. Tim's ignoring of his health and his refusal to have health insurance until he was old enough to apply for Medicare Advantage means that now Tim just spends his life going to the doctors. Well done, Tim. Well done.
Oh, I'm just leaving the imaging center, getting imaged. What I got was robbed. The guy next to me said, they told him, hey, you got a copay this morning. She even said it like this: you got a small copay of $10. And I knew what mine was because I've been here before. It was $70. So the lady tells me, you got a copay. She didn't say small, $70. But have you ever had a CT scan? Well, let me tell you about CT scans. They don't take long. And the girl was really nice to me in there.
Tim, I cannot believe already I have to bring out one of our least loved and sometimes most loved characters that I drop. And people tell me I need a new drop, but I can't find a new clip. But yeah, complaining about that.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry begging. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Are you trying to dry beg from the vulnerable seniors that watch your channel, Tim, the $70 for your copay after you ignored your health and health insurance for years? Everybody's health insurance is different. And the fact that you are eavesdropping into what somebody else's copay is part of why you are such a reprehensible human being. Really not in the mood for you today, Tim.
Where's me some glasses? Can't see anything. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, what a great plan. Because this gentleman, just to give you a heads up, okay, this is warning for anybody who's young and actually wants to, not end up a wreck like our friend Tim over here. he just had his eyes a second time, okay? Because the first time didn't work properly. Stents put in his eyes because he has glaucoma, okay? And one of his eyes really bad. And the other one will probably go at some time too. But maybe he's got a watch on that now. And he's rolled out in the morning sun, and just because he's in such a hurry to do whatever, get to Walmart or McDonald's or start his videos that he's got to start uploading 15 a day, has not put on the sunglasses that he needs to wear. And he just got back from the eye doctor. He can't even sit still long enough to let that eye heal properly. I mean, he just goes against, I mean, he's just, he really is just the worst patient you could possibly have.
Woo, that sun is bright. Sunshine State. I don't see any glasses.
Great.
What do I do? Take them in the house?
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That seems like also exceptionally safe, Tim. Looking for your sunglasses while you're driving. This is just how distracted your mind is. You're so disorganized. And it just is starting to just show in every aspect of your life. And it's really starting to show with how bad your health is. Anybody calling you healthy in your comment section, full on giving you blatant lies. You're not very healthy.
Yeah, car wash.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's just
My goodness, I can't see anything. Anyway, you go in, you lay down this thing, and it shoots you in this big.
Well, I don't want to keep laboring this point out, but considering you're almost blind in one eye and you can barely see, and you're driving on the roads, you obviously, once again, you complete lack of insight and judgment, which again leads me back to you and your narcissistic personality traits. I don't treat or diagnose, just saying, but Tim does show, and because I've watched Tim for quite some time now, and in my mind, in my opinion, yes, Mr. Sarasota Tim does demonstrate quite a lot of traits of narcissistic personality disorder as listed in the DSM-5 with text revision 2022, published by the American Psychiatric Association. And the fact that he has, no insight to think about where, to even put the glasses on before he starts driving in a sunny morning, knowing he's half blind in one eye and there's other people on the road, just shows you how selfish and entitled this person is.
Round arch deal, and something inside of it spins. Tells you to hold your breath. Take about 3 minutes. She comes in, she goes, "You're good, you're done. Your doctor will have the results in about 2 days." In the sense that the machine looked very expensive, I suppose my $70 and to find out if I'm going to make it or not was worth it. But I sure would have liked it.
What is your scan exactly for? Do you know what your scan was for, Tim? I'm just waiting for you to actually give some nuggets of pearls of wisdom, because you're such a medical guru and you know so much and you're so smart.
A $10 copay. This son, give me some glasses. Don't I have any?
No, because you're.
There is none.
Of course not, because you're ill prepared and you lack insight and judgment. And I hope nobody sends him any money for his foolhardiness. You know what? You need to have your license taken, sir.
I lied. Give me the damn thing I say. Oh,
finally, the glaucoma.
Thank you to the subscribers that hooked me up. Hey, is this Walmart? Let's go in. Let's go in here.
Oh, God.
I got something I need. Woo! Man, that's some brutal sun.
I have zero sympathy for you, sir.
Just come. And then when it goes down the other side in the evening, it's brutal. And I own this place. Look at this. Nobody here. Some squatters over here. I know they slept in there last.
Well, I know you don't, I know you do politics, Tim. My channel does not do politics, but, there are certain people who are unhappy with certain companies at the moment and are choosing not to shop there. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Just letting you know. So that could be why it's empty. Also, everyone broke, Tim, except for you, because you beg online, in my opinion.
Last night, this guy slept there in that pole. They allow overnight camping? All these little Class Bs and people in these surreptitious type.
Well, you know what, Tim? You're the king of the parking lot sleeping. And I know that you were out in a Walmart parking lot out in Laughlin probably sleeping. So the fact that you're passing judgment on other people sleeping in a parking lot is just so typical of your self-entitled nature. How you're so haughty. You're extremely haughty.
nomadic vehicles.
Irritating.
I don't see any big Class A's or anything. But I also don't see any signs that say no overnight camping.
Oh, please cover your mouth when you yawn.
Yeah, getting up this morning was hard. It was dark. I can't.
You're sitting there with your haughty behaviors, yet you're wiping your nose with your paws, and you're yawning without covering your mouth. So you need to stop it. You absolutely need to stop it.
Out. All these prison workers were heading to prison.
Okay.
By the thousands. Traffic. Everybody had headlights on. And
I promise you, in a couple of weeks, you're not going to be laughing so hard, Tim.
oh man, this whole row is pickup. I'll go right here. Out in South 40. Right in that brutal sun. I got to turn around. I can't take it. Comes a car. The only other car out here. They'll run into me. I'm going to pull it in right here. But now I ain't parking next to this person. Look how they parked. Look at that. Oh, no. I don't trust them. So now I got to go around again. That's all right. While we go around, we'll talk. Here's a real good-looking Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah, why don't you dox everybody's cars at it? Yeah. Why don't you just complain about everybody else's parking? Why not? You're already, hitting about every criterion in the diagnostic manual for narcissism. I mean, you really do. So, I mean, it's shocking. I don't treat or diagnose. I'd have to give a full physical assessment, and I never want to lay my hands on you. Not with that lizardly looking skin that you have.
Yeah, they sell the heck out of those Hyundais and Kias. I see them everywhere.
I really dislike this person.
Old Fred's thinking about a car. Fred and Rafaela probably have one today. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I could get my oil changed right now. Let's go around and see. I could go to the Honda dealer. Supposedly, they told me, we will not give you your free oil changes that you get for 3 years if your oil percentage is not down to as low as 15%. And I was talking to one of my subscribers, and I'm going to say what they said. I'm going to go in there and say, I want my oil change. I don't care what the percent says. It's been 5,000 miles, and I want it changed. I'm paying for this car. I'm driving this car. It's not a rental car.
Yeah, well, I think you got turned down on that one from what I could see from Honda refused me my free oil change. So I think going in there all gun-ho like that may not have been the best strategy. But then again, Tim, you lack just complete insight on anything. So not shocking.
I want my oil changed. So I guess I'll go to Honda first. And if they don't oblige me, well, then I'll have
just say special.
Walmart do it. I'll pay for it. And then I'll take it to Honda when it gets down to the 15% and tell them to do it. Either way, I'm going to get it done. And I have 4,900.
So I doubt Tim is going to talk about the reason why he was getting. From what we'll see, if he doesn't tell you at the end of this video, I will let you know what I assume was the test that Tim went for.
And 68 miles. So there you go. I'm due.
Before.
Today, I don't know what it's going to be like other than it's very sunny. I need to clean this window. It's 59 degrees currently in Sarasota, Florida. That's pretty chilly. I was looking at the weather this morning, too, around the nation. I think Bubba reported about a bad weather system coming in. Sure enough, if you look at the radar, the systems that are coming around from the west.
I'm curious how many other things that you have in your past, Tim, that we're not aware of. I'm just curious. I'm curious. And for those of you, I'm just curious.
West to the east,
I'll leave it there.
There's a lot of pink color, which indicates slush, snow, ice, cold. It's not green or red, like rain. It's
stuff I know.
Freezing stuff. And hopefully all that will be out of here by the end of the month, April 1st. Certainly along the southern route that I'll be going if I go. But if I decide to go north, which I'm contemplating, then I might have to wait till mid-April. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's 8:20 a.m. and I've got the CAT scan done. Oh, got to get my stitches out at 11. That's right. I got to get over there. Let me get a cup of coffee. First, I'm going to run in here real quick and pick up something. Not going to be a video. And then we'll go get our stitches removed. I was going to do the stitches, yes, because I watched the video. It's nothing to it.
Yeah, that's not true. One, I can let you know, one of the first responsibilities I had in my nursing career was the removal of sutures, which is a clean technique, which you never have clean hands. There are things that if you do not actually engage in removing that suture in just the right position, like hold it in order to actually clip it, in order to remove the suture out, you can potentially leave pieces of the suture in. And if it's left in and your skin grows over it, it actually can cause quite an issue. So as simple as it looks to actually take sutures out, I would suggest somebody who's half blind, unhygienic, and incompetent, such as yourself, in my opinion, would not be very smart to do that.
Lift up the string and you snip it and you pull. And the only thing I didn't do this morning is put a little Vaseline on it. They need it slickery.
You have to snip it in just the right place, depending on where they sutured. And if you don't clip it at that right place, you can leave a piece of the suture in. I'm just saying. But you're not abreast of anything because you lack insight on everything. Pretty much everything. From what I can see through watching your content, and you're dangerous with your advice. And to think that just because you watch, this is a man who's twice had issues with glaucoma in the eye, twice had an eye procedure done, complains that it's to do with the doctors, not him, rolls around then, doesn't have sunglasses to protect his eyes, had not seemingly followed one instruction his ophthalmologist gave him about caring for his eye after a stent procedure for glaucoma. I mean, he just is worthless.
You do not want to have that scab over and get crusty because then they can't get it out. So, I took a shower this morning and I was kind of rubbing on it to clean off whatever there was. And then I should have put a little Vaseline on, but I didn't, but that's all right. They'll put a little on there or something. Well, let me go in here.
No, I
I'll
hope
finish
they
up
just
with another
hard pull
clip,
it.
either when I get back out or I'll probably make this video go up before because.
Nah, they're just going to pull them out dry. I'll let you know that. Especially on you, Tim. I would call up those nurses and just like, pull it out dry. Yank them. No, I'm just teasing. But they don't put anything like that.
I don't go there till like 11 or 11:30.
You know what I'm surprised about, Tim? That you don't believe that you need like, a 5 milligram, 325, Percocet in order for the, to maintain the pain under control, because you seek a controlled narcotic at about every given opportunity you have. And I'm surprised you're not seeking one for that. I'm surprised you didn't ask for some benzodiazepine to get that CT scan today. I'm surprised you haven't tried to figure out every possible place where you can do some controlled narcotic drug seeking. And then, in my opinion, go switch them around with some of your buddies, because you guys like to share your prescription drugs. Yeah, which isn't legal either.
Let's go in here and I've got a return I want to make, actually, is what it is. And then I think there's something I need. I have to check my list. So hope you guys are having a good morning. And if you're out going to your prison job, have a good day. What is it, Wednesday? Hump day, right?
Well, Tim, you're in your prison job because you crank out like 5 videos that nobody cares to see every day. So I'm sure the other people actually going to their jobs are actually contributing to society. You, sir, though, are a leech. That's what you are. You're a leech.
You're almost through. You can couple more days.
In my opinion.
It's the weekend. For me, for the 5th time this week. But yes, I could be retired and, debating what.
Well, it seems like all you do is go to the doctors, not follow your doctor's advice, beg your subscribers for money, and churn out trash on YouTube. So I don't know. It seems like you've got more of a prison job than anybody else.
What I'm going to do today. I was listening to the TV.
Well, that's
in the imaging place. They had the local news going. I didn't even think they played that anymore. Talking about the overcrowding of Sarasota, Bradenton, Manatee County. Its schools are going to have to be rezoned.
Well, you know what, Tim? Why do you care? You didn't take care of your children growing up. So why do you care what the school zones are doing? I mean, you're somebody who tries to probably shirk paying every type of tax possible. So I'm, what are you contributing? You don't have property taxes to pay. That's what pays for school, is property taxes, like on homes, something you don't have. So, just quiet. Be quiet.
Because of all the people that are moving here, overcrowding, the schools. So I can believe it. I mean, I don't know why. I guess everybody in California left, everybody in New York left, everybody in wherever they could get out of the cold weather, Michigan and all these places that come here in the summertime and the wintertime, the snowbirds. There are so, it's just amazing. You know, growing up in West Palm and then even living here since 16 or 15.
What are you talking? Can you get your actual history straight? Because you were supposedly in San Diego and you were fishing over here and you were living over there and this, that, and the other. I don't know. I guess you were just all over the place. Hey, it's probably, I don't know.
You know, moving back to West Palm for a couple of years, just seeing the growth of the southern part of Florida on both coasts. It's really crazy, crazy how many people are coming here. And, you know, all these prices, houses were going up. I don't think houses will come down much here because of the demand and how many people want to be in the Sunshine State. But maybe other places, Georgia and Louisiana and Kentucky and places like that, Tennessee, they may see if the market corrects some more. We'll find out today, right? How that stock market's doing again. A couple of days.
I guess Tim had to look at his watch and say, have I made an 8-minute video? Am I going to get those mid-roll ads so I can actually make some money off of this? Are you going to say anything else interesting, Tim? Are you saying anything else interesting?
In a row of not very good. Like I say, I don't have a penny in it, so I don't.
No, you don't.
Cost me anything.
Yeah,
but we do need a correction so that things will come down.
Why are you talking about
People in the comments were saying.
So why are you talking about it? Just to talk? I guess
things aren't going to come down. Stock market doesn't mean anything. Whatever, you know, you're probably as much of an economist as I am, but we will see, right? We will see. What about Trump's new Tesla? I saw just that red Model S, but somebody was telling me there was a whole array of models there at the White House. He didn't buy all those, did he? So with that Model S, that plaid edition, that was beautiful with the black wheels. That one was dolled up.
Yeah, you're laughing when you can't get your Social Security checks in. Isn't that right, Tim?
Trump can't drive it. He's not allowed to drive. He might tool it around the White House, but he can't get on the road and go anywhere. So I remember Obama.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, he's gone into the politics. I can't be bothered to hear Tim talk about his politics. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm like, that's a channel killer right there. Tim and his politics. All right, guys. So Tim is just out here rolling around, blinded by the sun, taking out both eyes with glaucoma, continuing to, you know, be a terror to the poor medical providers in Florida that have to care for him. You know, he's eavesdropping and overhearing other people's copay. He's, you know, dry begging hold his audience, you know, as he complains about, you know, how much, you know, he has to pay for his medical, you know, out of pocket, because, you know, that's the problem that his subscribers should be taking on, because, you know, they don't have to have their own medical bills or anything, you know, because I'm sure the same 5 people that comment in his comment section, and some of them comment like 2 or 3 times, I guess, because they're like the only people that are sanitized enough in their comments for Tim. It's Angel Mission, Pity Power, TDR Off-Road, there's a couple of others. How do I know these names? Because I go to see if there's any actual interesting comments and how quickly Tim will delete them away. And then I just see the same people. I'm first, you know, it's very juvenile, and I'm just not shocked nor surprised. All right, guys, I hope you have more insight in your medical care than our friend Sarasota Tim. I wouldn't just recommend taking out your sutures unless you have experience and are using a good clean technique. It's just not something that I recommend, because you could potentially leave in part of that stitch, and if it's left in, it actually could give you it really actually could cause a lot of issues under the skin and cause an infection and other variety of issues. So it's just not something I recommend, even if it looks easy on a video. If those sutures have become somewhat embedded in the skin, because the skin is growing around them, you may not have the expertise to be able to actually remove that yourself, especially if you're trying to do it in a position where you're not really getting a good eye and looking at something. So it's just something, please don't do that. Please don't. Oh yeah, I was going to show you this last thing. Hold on. I was going to show you before I finish out. Let me share this last poll. Oh yeah, what the thing that Tim's probably getting. Yes, because he didn't really talk about. He's probably getting a cardiac CT for calcium scoring. Because remember, he spoke about the blockages. And I think I read in one of the comments that he spoke about not having any contrast with his imaging. And when they're not using any contrast, it's really because what they're doing is to get a cardiac computed tomography for calcium scoring. And depending on the calcium score, will give you an idea if there is atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease building up. Now, the definitive test to know exactly the percentage of the blockage, because the CT scan isn't going to tell you that, is you will have to have an actual cardiac catheterization. That's the only gold standard test for actually knowing inside the artery itself, the actual percentage of the blockage. But this will start to say, hey, you've got this, an increased calcium score is going to be indicative of having probably blockages. And, with Tim's, extremely healthy looking diet that he's always eating, I'm sure he's got just an absolute fantastic calcium score. I'm sure he does. Yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing it because we've been seeing how Tim eats. So I'm curious because his cholesterol numbers were high. And if he's been on a statin for some time and he's still, getting those types of, 200 and some cholesterol numbers, I'm having a feeling that calcium score might be up. Anyway, guys, I definitely can't take Tim tonight. He's too much for me. All right, guys. If you did like this type of content, do subscribe. I've got some really hopefully interesting things coming up. If you did support me in last year regarding any upcoming legal action against Tim and his actions against my channel, and having counter notifications and so forth, yes, I am going ahead with that. So if you want to support me in my legal battle, you can donate to the Buy Me a Coffee or here on YouTube or join the community. But yes. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.